what I really have to do, because we don't have one of those big bright things in our sky most of the time. And vitamin D is so important, and even if the sun was out, which it is in the summer but not in the winter, we are too high on the grid to actually make vitamin D from the sun. So I try to travel, but it's not enough. I supplement with vitamin D, but it's not enough. You really have to, like, do something serious, and this is what I do. Have you ever seen these? These are one of my favorite fruits. The golden berry, or sometimes called the gooseberry. They look like tiny tomatillas with their little, what do you call it, a wrapper? And then inside is this amazing sweet juicy berry, and that, along with green tea with coconut milk and chocolate, is my breakfast. So I'm making dinner, and this is what I call like taco meat. It's ground macadamia nuts with garlic, sea salt, and spirulina. And the spirulina gives it a surprisingly meaty taste. And then that's like the meat for my tacos. And then I'm gonna put onions, avocados, and my macadamia red bell pepper puree that I've shown you guys many times on top. Damn it, I hate it when I do that. I poured the sauce on and didn't turn the camera on, and realized when I turned the camera off that I never turned it on. So anyway, that's dinner. And for you freaks that want to watch me eat, sorry, not this time, maybe next time. Working on another vision board. I had this idea. I was gonna set up, oh wait, look Mom, no makeup. I had this idea. I set up Mr. Tripod to help me out today, and I was gonna show you guys me making a vision board and do this, like, you know, I was just gonna talk anyway, but at least I was gonna show you something while I was doing it. But the more I thought about it, the more I was like, these are like my private precious moments that keep me sane. And the more research I do on trying to figure out, like, see, I felt annoyed even saying this, but it's true, so I'm just to tell you the truth. I'm trying to figure out the YouTube marketing thing, and it's for very different reasons than most people use it for. Most people are trying to become influencers. I'm holding the camera with one hand, so I can't even do air quotes. That's how real I am. Do you guys get how real I am? I don't know if you get that, because you're being so manipulated by people who want to make you think that they're real, but actually they're so produced and formulated and also like full of shit. So it's a really bad combination that most people are looking for their inspiration and their awakening tools in a medium where everyone is asleep and full of shit and selling a lie and getting paid to do it. It's fucking crazy, and it's fucking annoying. And one of the most annoying things that is really bothering me lately, watch this, pay attention, you'll see what I'm talking about. The light ring that everybody uses to light up their face to have the perfect, you know, oh, mystique. It's always reflected in their eyes. And every time I'm like, I'm watching videos now, right? And I'm doing research is basically what I'm doing. But it's funny because I don't want to become that. And so to like research it is almost like it's making me kind of ill. But at the same time, it's awakening me to this whole thing that I was kind of like aware of, but not to the extent that I am aware of now. It's almost like when they blasted through the towers, it was like, I knew America was a bunch of assholes. We were like dicks around the world, but I didn't realize how bad it was until they knocked our towers down. It's kind of like that. It's like you knew something, but now you're like seeing too much of it because you lifted up the carpet and that's where all the dirt's at. But anyway, the light ring always glows in people's eyes. It's reflected, and so they look like zombies, and they're like these marketing, here's my half quote, influencer zombies who all they're trying to influence is money coming their way. That's their only interest. And so many of them are talking about how they're broke and they're sick of fake people, and meanwhile the fucking light ring is reflected in their eyes, and they're doing all this editing and they're creating the thumbnail that's getting the, you know, like the clickbait thumbnails and all this shit. And it's just like, oh my god, how do we pierce through this? And so I had this idea. I'm like, start thinking like these kids that are so, you know, maybe it's all just part of their marketing plan, but they're all talking about how they're depressed and, you know, disheartened with the way things are in the world and shit, but they aren't actually doing anything besides trying to sell you a t-shirt and go on their next vacation. So I'm like, okay, let me try to get inside here a little bit and invite some of these kids who say they really want to change. Like, I'll pay your trip to your next vacation to Alaska. Let's do some real videos and like let's actually influence change now with this following that you've built up. Zero response from anyone. And it's like, oh, yeah, of course, that was just part of their marketing plan. So I decided not to do the watch me make a vision board video. I could have done it anyway, but it was just like, I felt like rather than do that plan that I had, because I sort of like got jolted up to what I was trying to do, the things that other people are trying to do that I don't like, I decided no, actually, this is my personal process that actually helps me in a creative way and also in a manifesting way to do something that matters to me. And I want to share that kind of stuff with you, but at the moment that I was doing it, it felt forced. So I decided not to. I decided instead to take that time, start making my new vision board, and then talk to you guys about why the world is so fucking fucked up. And that's why, because literally everyone is being sold a lie, and even the brainwashed are brainwashing you. It's really sickening, and it's disheartening that there's like, I know there's a way in, I just haven't found it yet, but like, why aren't all the people who say they want things to be different, why aren't they like responding to people who are actually trying to make things different? Why? Because it's not flashy and packaged up in this, you know, beautiful bow with a fucking private plane and shit. It's like, you don't know what you're doing, do you? You really don't. The people who are complaining about the problem, they are the problem. And this is getting really, really sad and disturbing because we are seriously running out of time. Like, honestly, I don't care anymore because it doesn't really matter. Like, if this whole planet has to have a reset, fine, go ahead. But I think what's going to happen is a few of us are going to be left here, and it's going to be up to us to rebuild the place after it massively self-implodes. And I would love to have a place already ready and going when that time comes. So that's what I'm working on. And that's what I'm working on manifesting. And the steps are arduous. And this isn't like a fun fantasy of being a spiritual guru like everyone seems to think it is. I just gonna like look at all the videos that are spiritually centered, and they're all just regurgitations of shit that like we've been reading for 50 to 100 years now. And I mean, I was reading the same shit for 20 years, so I recognize it immediately. But it's sad to me that so many people now are starting to wake up, and they don't know where to go, so they're getting duped by these like spiritual gurus. There's no such thing. You're the guru, and the only way to change how you feel and the world is by changing yourself. But nobody wants to do that because it's not quick and easy, and it's not the lie you've been sold. It's not this success story that you've been sold about how to get a big mansion and a fancy car and, or, you know, like the right soulmate or the beautiful wedding, whatever you've been sold that you're dreaming about, the dream job, being a rock star, whatever little fantasy you have in life. That's not what life is about. And the fact that everyone is doing that, being totally distracted from the real thing and instead being focused on this fake illusion. The reason I know this is because I spent most of my life trying to figure that out and then breaking through the illusion and realizing, oh, well, it's different than you're taught to expect. It's different than you're trained to believe. So it's very easy to realize that people who are acting like they're awake and trying to help you wake up, they are not awake. And I don't know if they actually think they are, because I can sort of look back and see when I thought I was like evolving or awakening or whatever, like, because there's a lot of periods in the process where you have, you know, little epiphanies or little anomalies or little experiences that make you go, oh my god, synchronicity and all this shit. But it's like, yeah, that stuff is real, but being awake is not what's prepackaged and sold to you. And the way to get there is not by watching these charlatans on YouTube. And so the process of actually reaching people, which is what I'm trying to do, has become an even more labored because of these people trying to profit off of something that's not meant to be profited off of. And the problem is everyone is so fucking disconnected from God and confused about what God is that they fucking freak out when you say God, or they like confuse religion with God and freak out on you about their religion. There's like this middle area where you see God and know God, and you're not like a pretend guru, and you're not like a Bible thumping Christian. And that's where I'm trying to reach into, find the people who are ready to see what this world actually is. If you are ready to see what this world actually is and really go on this journey and learn and really fucking wake up, I don't mean pretend wake up like everybody thinks they're so awake because they know what chemtrails are and that Monsanto is a piece of shit. Like, that's not being awake, okay? If you really want to wake up, you should come on this journey with me, hit subscribe, and start listening to what I have to say, because I'm ready to help people wake up, and this type of service doesn't cost a fee, because all you have to do is listen. And when you hear what I'm saying, as it bit by bit reaches you, as it's encoded to reach you, you will start to wake up and you will start to realize how fake everything is that you've thought all along was helping you has actually kept you in a little hole where you're easy to control, going down rabbit holes thinking you're after the truth and thinking we're coming out of the matrix. No, you're very much entrenched in the matrix, trying so hard to sell your t-shirts and your services and, you know, your life coaching and everything that you do. Sorry, I don't know how to reach you when you're so brainwashed that you won't even listen. So just start listening, and I promise you will start to see what I'm saying is true. I can't make these videos too long or no one will watch them. So I think I have a solution for that. I have an idea. I'm going to start doing my, talks, the rambling talks that actually have the encoded information in them for people to actually wake up. I know this is true because I've seen it happen. Over the course of time, I have watched people that I have spoken to begin to wake up and come back to me and tell me the exact moment when I said something reached them. That's how I know it's true, because I used to wonder, I used to be like, does this even matter what I'm doing? I asked the universe to show me that if this is what I'm supposed to do and it matters, show me. And that's what I was shown. Continuously, people come back to me and they tell me things that have helped them to start to wake up. We need so many more people awake. And it's frustrating to be thinking that in 15 years from now, it might just be a small handful of us rebuilding this whole planet. For those of you who want to be part of the new paradise on Earth, you need to wake up now so we can get started. We don't have time to let everything implode. And fucking, we have so much cool stuff in place, I'm trying to say. It would be nice to preserve a lot of it and not destroy it all while we're trying to fix things. It's unfortunate there are going to be a lot of natural disasters and situations in which many, many people step out of this reality construct, but the reason for this reality construct is the lessening. And it's all these lessons that you're meant to have that you're avoiding having by staying brainwashed under the illusion that these people are helping to inspire you every day. It's not true. I could name out so many names right now that are total fakes that every single one of you would be like, oh no, everyone but them. That person really knows what they're talking about. If you could see what I see, you would know that's not true. And I do want you to see what I see, because it would be a very different world if even, say, 1,000 people see what I see. It would be a very different world overnight. And that's the world that we're striving for. If you want to be there, I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter. Either you're going to be there or you're not. I'll see you then.